Alrighty, so today we need to talk about the global Dragonstone collecting campaign. Now, these, from what I can tell, are going to be looking a little bit different from our traditional memorial stones in the sense that these are just like character collection sort of items, right? We can see right here a treasure that can be acquired through the global Dragonstone collecting campaign and can be used at the Baba shop. Now, if you guys watched my video yesterday, you are going to be able to obtain these via missions. Now, if they're in the game, I'm not too sure yet. You guys can see I got some stuff to grab here on the Zero to Hero account, but if you look at this right here, we're going to be able to obtain 30 of these from these missions. So with the 10 that we got here and the 30 that we got total, that's going to give us a total of 40. Now, you guys can see for the next 55 days, we are going to have our choice of characters for who we can pick with these Global Dragonstones 2025. Now, the purpose of this video is going to be pushing you in the direction of the character that you're going to want to get. You guys can see there is a slew of options here. And what I like to do with these specific videos is kind of go over the case for and against all of the characters. And the best piece of advice I can give you is, even if you see a character that you want in this video and you're not sure yet, you can always wait until the end of the global Dokkan campaign within these 55 days to make your decision. So what we'll probably do is make a video talking about this a little bit later on in the celebration, maybe once things have updated, we're through the campaign. That is going to be one of the steps that we have here. So just keep that in mind. This is not a sprint, and you can take your time with who you want to pick. Now, you guys can see we have a ton of characters, and there are going to be a few sort of general rules of thumb. If you are an endgame player who is missing a character, I always think that is the best way to go, because a lot of these characters are not going to be too impactful on the overall meta for you, so just keep that in mind. Now, what I'm going to do is go down the list, and at the end, I'm going to give you sort of like a summary and the last 3 characters that you should pick. Now, LR 5-year Gogeta, right? Very cool character, has the animations, has the hype, if you like Gogeta Blue. These guys don't find themselves returning on banners too often these days because they are coming up on 6 years old. So I guess I could talk about these two at the same time. If you think that that could be a worthy investment for your account, you just like Gogeta Blue, you like Vegito Blue, nothing wrong with that, because considering you're going to have other options, I don't think that's a terrible choice. And these guys do have their turn 4 utility. In terms of when you can use them, right, on turn 4, they do have that guaranteed dodge. So that is pretty helpful. They have the ability to sort of build up offensively and a little bit defensively. Now, are they going to go into Battle Hard or Formidable Foes? Are they going to go into the Festival of Battles? Are they going to go into the new red zones and absolutely shred? Absolutely not. But they still can have marginal utility, especially if you were a newer player. I think that there is some value to be had from grabbing the Gogeta and the Vegito Blue if you want them, right? These are going to be the most hyped characters on the list, bar none. The best looking animations, not the best kits in my opinion, but definitely some of the cooler characters that you can obtain from this list. Now, we'll sort of talk about these in pairs, right? Because this could be a very long video, and I don't want to take up too much of your time here. So, the Super Saiyan 2s from the New Year's 2020, right? 2020 New Year's, right? Yeah, who's New Year's 2020? I think it was these two, right? Going into the 5th year. We have the Super Saiyan 2 Goku and the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, obviously transforming into Super Saiyan 3 and Majin Vegeta. These characters are a decent step up in the base form from the blue LRs. The difference is, obviously, you're going to have to be able to be easy A, or you're going to need to be able to easy A all of these characters. That is one thing. And I just think overall, these characters are definitely not bad if you have somebody like Gotenks for the Majin Buu Saga team. Them Easy 8 are actually pretty impressive. I do like Majin Vegeta probably better than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I don't love the transformation conditions for both of these characters. They can be a bit of a pain, especially considering the HP inflation that we've seen, but they actually are pretty damn good, so if you do want to scoop them, I think that's fine. Now we can sort of go on a bit of a stretch of characters that I think you can avoid. When it comes to AGL Android 13, you're probably better off skipping him, just not really too much going on for him. His Easy A wasn't too far ago in the grand scheme of things, and he just really isn't that good. The same thing could be said for Cooler. Now, maybe in some world, the STR LR Cooler Easy A is literally like an invincible slot 1 god that destroys every boss in the game, and you never, ever, ever are going to take hits with this Cooler in slot 2. Then you could be like, yeah, this is a great pick, but then you're going to wake up and realize that's not happening. So you're probably going to want to avoid this Cooler unless you're just like a huge Wicked Bloodline guy. Cooler is like one of your favorite characters and you just want to scoop him up. I think that's fine. Future Gohan, again, I think that's a pretty easy skip. Just unfortunate the way this one played out. I think his Easy A was very good when he came out, just not really up to date with the meta these days. Now, Looking at the LR Gohan and Cell, I think both of these are pretty easily skippable. Their base forms definitely leave a bit to be desired in the modern meta, and getting into Super Saiyan 2 with Gohan is near impossible. Getting into Super Perfect form with Cell is a little bit easier, but I just don't see enough utility to really be running him. You're better off just like hoping you get the STR Cell down the line and just using him instead. When it comes to physical Piccolo right here, transformed into Kami, no thanks, right? He's a defensive stacker. Needs a bit to stack, and his defense is nowhere near where it needs to be. The Go Bros, I would say definitely stay away from. They're not going to be getting a Super Easy A or anything like that, so definitely a character you can stay away from. Now, Namek Goku, probably another one I'd stay away from as well. Trunks is going to be the same case. AGL Zamasu, Hit, Super Vegeta, all of these, or Super Saiyan Vegeta, transforming Vegeta, right? These are all just sort of like characters, if you're missing, they'd be okay to scoop up. But again, I just don't think meta-wise they're really going to be doing anything for you. And the same thing could be said for with Kid Goku, right? Moving along, we just have some more skips, right? Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Gogeta, Broly, Goku Black, Cooler, like all of these characters right here, really, I don't see too much value in picking up right now because the Super Easy A for these guys are not even close, right? Really, every character that I'm touching on the screen here are just ones that you can skip, right? Now, if you're an endgame player and you don't have these guys rainbowed, the re-year LRs are just never on banners. And when you think about anniversary LRs, the Dokkan Fest anniversary LRs, these two are going to be the first to get their Super Easy A, right? Just based on, allegedly, they're going to be the first to get their Super Easy A. It would make the most sense, right? These were the first Dokkan Fest LRs that we ever got for anniversary. So more than likely, they probably are going to be getting their Super Easy A's the earliest, right? That doesn't mean it's going to happen anytime soon. Keep that in mind. But if you want to pick up some old LRs that are never on banners, right? You really can't pick up these guys anymore. It is extremely rare you see these characters featured these days. If you want to pick them up just for a collector's purpose, I get that. But if you're looking for practicality and being able to use them today, I would say definitely an easy skip. Now, moving along to Vegito, Rose, Bardock, Super Vegito, Angel Golden Frieza, right? Ultimate Gohan, G4, Omega, Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. All of these guys, basically, again, are going to be pretty easy skips, but some characters I would throw an honorable mention in for will be this Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. If the Global Dokkan campaign is what we think it's going to be with Daima, there's a good chance that we could get some Super Easy A's for Super Saiyan 4 characters. So if these guys get Super Easy A's and they're really good, then you're going to want to pick these guys up more than likely because they'll probably work well on the Giant 8 Power Team and link up well with other Super Saiyan 4 Goku characters, right? So if they don't share the same name, of course. But let me emphasize this one right here. You need to wait. If you are going to summon on this, please be patient. Or not summon, but choose one of these. Make sure we know they're going to Super Easy A before you pick these ones up, right? Don't just run into it and grab it right away. Just because I'm saying it's possible doesn't mean you need to pick this up. That's, again, I need to reiterate this, is the most important thing for you guys to take from this video, is that you do not want to be picking up these characters until you know everything is done, right? You want to be taking your time. None of these characters are of urgent need where you're going to need them for content. It's nice to have a potential future investment into these characters. We find out they're getting their Super Easy A's and they're insane. You can pick them up and you're good to go. We see their Super A's and their Super Easy A's and they're not good. You can just skip it, right? When this comes to this Vegeta, this Trunks, this Zamasu, this Cell, this Vegito Blue, probably I'd wait on. Their Super Easy A's are going to be a little bit. Really, all of these characters right here, like from Golden Frieza to Vegeta, I'd probably just hard skip because there's just really no way. I think they're going to get buffed during the celebration. But then we come down to the interesting stuff. And here we are with the Super Easy A's. This is very similar to the discussion I've had with the Redstones, right? We'll talk a little bit more about these LRs in a moment, but the Super Easy A's are a very, very similar discussion to what we've had with the Redstones, like I said. So, Easy A, Super Easy A in Buhan is individually probably the best character on this list that we've looked at. This Kaioken Goku is okay. I would probably steer clear of Gotenks, Super Vegito. Beerus, if you need him for like your movie bosses team, I don't think is a terrible pickup. This Gohan is okay. I might pick him up on the JP because I actually do believe I'm missing this character for some reason. And then we also have our boy Frieza. I would skip him. Gogeta isn't a terrible pickup. And in theory, if you wanted to just rainbow this guy, you could. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. In Super Janemba's okay. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I'd probably pass on. Kid Buu, I would pass on. And then Cell, I can recommend picking up if you want to grab him as well. Not bad characters whatsoever. Now, for the last bit of this video, we have some legendary summon characters. Now, with these in specific, I will tell you err with caution, right? Because these are not great characters, right? Really none of the characters on this list here, I would say, are impressive. Tech Broly is impressive, right? The Broly trio has utility. Are they impressive? Not really. You have to get lucky with them, right? But with that being said, I think these are not terrible pickups if you just want to grab one, because these are just hard characters to obtain unless you're always summoning on legendary summons and carnivals. So that's going to make it up for the list here. But my final recommendations would be, first and foremost, make sure you wait to pick up a character. You do not need to do this today. It is not a rush. Make sure you have all of the stones and figure out what you want to do, right? That is what we want to take our time with and figure out the play that we want to make. But when it comes to characters, Super Easy A Buhan is going to be my #1 recommendation. Tech Easy A Cell is going to be my #2 recommendation. And then holding off and waiting for a potential Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta Super Easy A would probably be my 3rd option. But let me know down below what you guys plan to do with these memorial stones here, these global dragon stones. We'll have to wait and see what we can do with them more in the future, but we don't really know what that is just yet. The campaign's just getting started, so we finally have some life over here on the Dokkan streets. So it's been fun. Let me know, like I said, down below what you guys want to do with your stones. If you have any questions, you can leave them down there, and I will definitely be able to get back to you as soon as possible. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this one, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you were new, and I'll see you all in the next one.